Okay, Beverly Hills, known internationally as being first in fashion, first in style, and now it has its first performing arts center.
Gail Anderson has a KTLA exclusive look at the new Wallis Annenberg Center for Performing Arts. Sam is very excited about this, Gail.
Oh, so am I. I've been watching them tear up over here since 2010. We're with director Lou. Now, you might know the structure as the Beverly Hills Post Office, but no more.
No, the building, which is a National Historic Landmark, was restored, and now it's a performing arts center in Beverly Hills.
And let us show them some of the history. Take a look at this. This is how this structure looked back in the 30s, 1933, when it was a post office. And then here's some footage that we shot the other day of the way it looks now following the work that's been going on here. Did you sandblast it? I mean, it seems so much brighter.
Yes, we restored the entire outside, and on the Grand Hall, all the marble has been cleaned, the floors, and of course the murals above.
And those are historic as well.
Yes, they are. They're by Charles Kassler, and there are 8 of them, and they're called fresco murals.
Fabulous. And let me give you some information, because this will open officially November, but there's a community day coming up we'll talk about this weekend. And as we leave you, I cannot believe this floor. I've mailed letters in here.
Exactly.
Do people know what letters are? Put a stamp on them? And the floor did not look like this. This is spectacular.
Yes, it's gorgeous, and we're really, really proud. And this is the main entrance of the Performing Arts Center, so we look forward to you walking through this Grand Hall.
All right, we're going to show you more next hour, because there are actually 2 structures that make up this center. The Wallis Annenberg Center for Performing Arts debut. More next hour.
Beverly Hills is known internationally as being first in fashion, first in style. Now it has its first performing arts center.
Gail Anderson has a KTLA exclusive look at the new Wallis Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts. Wow, that's beautiful right there.
Isn't this something? Who knew all of this was in here, even when you could buy stamps? Yes, we are inside what used to be the Beverly Hills Post Office. We're here with Lou Moore. She's been hailing this since, what, March 2010, even before when the construction was underway.
Yes.
And let us show you some pictures of how historic this property is. Here's a shot of the post office dating back to 1933 when it's here in Beverly Hills. Look at the old cars outside. And then here's how it looked after they took down all those walls and whatnot. And you wonder what was going on stopping the traffic.
Yes, it was a National Landmark building, and today it's a Performing Arts Center. And here we are in the Grand Hall with rare fresco murals by Charles Kassler. They're WPA works of art.
Now, what's different about these, because I've seen some of these before, WPA works of art, the colors are rather
muted. Yes, exactly. Charles,
we've got sketches of them to show you the detail up close. Look at this.
Yeah. Charles Kassler felt it was important to depict the feeling of the era and to show people standing in line to get food. So they're quite rare and special.
Now, this is where people used to stand in line to get their stamps.
And you know, that was Humphrey Bogart. Imagine, a lot of the celebrities then would buy their stamps here in the post office, and today that's where you'll buy a ticket to the Performing Arts Center.
And everything has been restored, preserved. The floor is magnificent. Look at this table. That was a surprise. I didn't know that was there.
I know, it's gorgeous. Matter of fact, we're going to try and find the inkwells to put on top. Yeah.
And then the plaques when Franklin Roosevelt was president when this was constructed.
Yes, exactly. 1933 under FDR, this building was built.
And then there's also a theater in this particular building. Let us show you pictures of that. The Lovelace.
The Lovelace Studio Theater. It's a 150-seat flexible studio theater that will be used for workshops, children's performances, classes. It's a great space.
And this place was huge. You can't see it from the front, but the area we're in now is what?
It is our education center, our professional theater school for children.
And look at how big this was here. And there are classrooms back here.
Yeah,
now.
We have 3 classrooms that you'll see. They're quite great to be used for children for acting and set design, etc.
And I know you're thinking, oh, Gail, there can't be anything else to see. Oh, Carol, I got you. We want to land here because next hour we're going to show you the rest of the complex. This is the other side. What is that design about? Think envelopes. Here's the information. Again, this opens, the Wallis Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts opens the weekend of November 8th. You can do what we're doing to Miss Moore, torturing her. Well, you can't torture her personally, but Community Day is Sunday, and you will be able to take a tour of this facility Sunday beginning at 11 o'clock. 9 o'clock special. Why is it that shape and color? What is that? Think envelopes. We'll explain next hour. Back to you in the studio.
What a beautiful building.
Oh, Gorgeous.
Yeah, and so many great performances to come from there, I'm sure. Thanks, Gail. Coming up this morning, Gail has an exclusive. Good morning, Gail.
I'm green because I'm in the middle of this beautiful, magnificent garden in the middle of Beverly Hills as part of the brand new Wallis Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts. Who's responsible for all of this magnificence as well as opening performances? There they are. We'll meet them when we come back and tell you how you can see all of this weekend. Details when we come back. This magnificent garden is part of the brand new Wallis Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts here in the middle of Beverly Hills, where with two people who've been working hard for a long time to get this up and ready the weekend of November 8th, and there's a community day this Sunday. Zoltan Parley, you're responsible for the architecture. Fabulous.
Thank you.
And then Lou Moore, you're worried about making sure there are suitable performances here.
Absolutely. We have a whole season planned.
All right, let's check in with Zoltan first, because we want to show you what you've been looking at if you've been driving by this area. This is shows the other side of the theater with, we're not sure what it is. They're images. Explain to people what those are.
Panels on the wall? Well,
Yes.
actually, you know, the building it's really nothing more than my abstract manifestation of a bunch of envelopes covering the building.
See there? Envelopes. And the area we're in is part of a double-level courtyard. Let us show you what's above us, because this is also open for parties and...
Oh, and events, absolutely. We have an indoor-outdoor lobby, the sculpture garden. We have a promenade terrace for parties and for the audience to enjoy.
All right, now let's pick Zoltan's brain. Let's show you some images here from 1933 of this property when it was originally a post office. It's a landmark. The challenge of maintaining the post office, but doing something new with it.
Yes, I think it was very important for us to be able to express the new building in a different way than the original post office, so that they have a conversation, so that the new and the old talk to each other.
And I guess you sandblasted the old because this building is so much brighter. The post office is so much brighter on the outside now.
Well, we cleaned it. It was not so much sandblasting. You wouldn't want to sandblast a historic brick like that. It was delicately cleaned, let's put it that way, with gentle touches.
And now we are inside the theater. You have no idea that there is a theater, 550 seats here. This is magnificent. Here, let's look this way. And there's a balcony. How hard was this to put together, but to keep the theme of the post office?
Well, I think one of the challenges that we had was to make sure that this building wouldn't overpower the old building.
Right.
So obviously we had to sink it down, because a stage in a theater is very, very tall. You know, you have almost 70 to 80 feet of space that you need to create the proper stage house, and
Wow.
so therefore we sunk it down 30 to 30 feet.
Wow, and this is state-of-the-art.
Absolutely state-of-the-art. The acoustics, the lighting, everything is brand new. We also have a special audio for the hearing impaired. We have a quiet room in the back.
Okay. Now, we're putting up information about the opening the weekend of November 8th. Martha Graham Dance Company will be here. Community Day is this Sunday, 11 o'clock.
11 to 3, and come and enjoy. It's a free day for the whole family.
Congratulations, Mr. Pauling.
Thank you.
What a project. But he's got experience. the Getty, the Pantages. You know how to handle this historic stuff.
We try.
All right, come take a peek this Sunday, Community Day. Back to you in the studio. Brand new Wallis Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts.
What a beautiful venue. Thanks, Gail. Okay. Beverly Hills is known internationally as being first in fashion, first in style, and now it has its first Performing Arts Center.
Gail Anderson has a KTLA exclusive look at the new Annenberg Center for Performing Arts.
This magnificent Mark Siegel Water Garden Wall is part of the beauty of the brand new Wallis Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts right in the middle of Beverly Hills. What used to be a post office back in the 30s has been restored thanks to Zoltan Parley. And the business of hailing who will be performing here is being handled by Executive Director Lou Moore. First of all, Zoltan, what's the challenge of maintaining and restoring something so historic?
Well, when you're adding a new structure or a new portion to an existing landmark, you have to be very careful, and you have to actually think about how you create something new, yet something that speaks. And I talk about as much something like the dialogue. There's a conversation between two things, right? Or two people, or two musicians, or two performers. And so I see the two buildings very similar. So when you look at the new building, you'll recognize that it is no taller than the ridge line of the old post office.
The design I get the fact that it matches, the color matches the original post office, but what are people looking at?
I took the notion of a 4x9 envelope and I just cut it up into pieces, and I said, what if all these envelopes came back and reclad the building, right? So the idea that the envelopes come back home to where they started from and create cladding for the new building.
I love that. We're looking at envelopes. Did you know that, Lou?
Yes, and what I love about it is I add and
He's so
I say...
passionate about it. I love it.
Totally, and that all the stories are going to be told on our stages.
Here's the information for the opening weekend, November 8th. And this Sunday, you will actually have Community Day, so people can come visit, do what we're doing today.
Yes, and have fun and get tours of the entire facility and even maybe get a chance to be on the stage.
Again, getting you ready for the opening of the new Wallis Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts. Come take a look. It's magnificent. Back to you in the studio.